Hello, hello, Diana Smith here. I have got kind of a public service announcement about how COVID is affecting us horse owners. And please, this is a two-part series. The first video will be the first issue I had with the horse. Second video will be the solution after having another issue with the second horse. So I'm excited for you to be here. Please share this with any horse owners that you know, because COVID is affecting a lot more than just our jobs, our income, our school system, and all that. It is affecting our four-legged friends. So stay tuned and see how. It's going to blow your mind. Hello, Facebook. I have never asked for something like prayers before, but this horse has been with me for over 20 years, and he's trying to colic. So anybody that knows what colic means, it's the easiest way for them to die, because horses don't throw up. So when they get tummy aches, they roll around on the ground and literally their insides, their guts twist. It's called, obviously, a twisted gut. So this morning, everybody knows, you guys all have to know this horse. This is Pep. This isn't the one that's in the house. But anyhow, they get a twisted gut. And you just kind of notice things with horses. And this morning I came out to feed, and he was laying out in the pasture, as far out in the pasture as he could. And I saw when I went to feed breakfast that he hadn't eaten his dinner. So I ran out to him, and he's laying down and he can't get up. And I've pet him all over. I have felt all of his legs because I didn't know if he broke a leg. I didn't know, and I'm going to show you guys this. Hold on. See all the scrapes? He's exhausted from thrashing. So the scrapes on his face, right here on his hip, right here on his leg. And you can tell, like here on his face, behind his ears, it's okay. His ear is swollen. This debris is just because he was rolling around a long time. So he's got little scrapes all over him. And I know that sounds goofy, but when you see their tails like that and his mane like that, typically he's he's super tired from having a stomach ache. But anyhow, the hair gone shows that he'd been down a while and thrashing to try to get back up. So he's up, obviously, and he's walking. So he has not had a twisted gut that I know of. I have to walk him until he poops, because if his gut twists, then he can't poop. So this might be Vet Talk 101, but send good juju his direction, please, because the ongoing joke with anybody that knows me is that I never let an animal age past 8. So anybody that knows him years ago, my horseshoer was out here and he goes, "How old is Pep now?" And I said, "Well, he's 8. And my horseshoer looks at him strange. He goes, "Well, shit, Diana, I swear I've been shoeing him a lot longer than 8 years." And truth be known, he's 21, not 8. And so now that he's gotten older, this stuff's a lot harder on him. And I changed hay last week. So things that we think are simple, they're not simple for a horse. So he doesn't eat a whole lot of food because he's an easy keeper. I always say he gets fat off of scenery. But sorry guys. But anyhow, he changed food and it's never been a problem for him before. He was on half alfalfa, half grass. Now he's on alfalfa, which he's been on his whole life. But he's getting older and things he could do before he can't do now. So I'm out here in the arena and he's gonna stay on his feet and walking until he poops, because because they get stomach aches, like I said earlier, and they can't throw up. They lay on the ground and thrash because their stomach hurts. And when they do that, the guts will twist. So since he's up, and sure hope he hasn't got a twisted gut. I don't think so because he's walking around, but he's exhausted. So I'm just going to be out here in 100 degrees. I'll see, you guys can see my arena. My poor dogs, these two boys, they'll follow me to the ends of the earth. I love my girl dogs, but I tell you, I way prefer boy dogs. I have to say I prefer boy horses too. But anyhow, you can see where there's some shade on this side of the arena and the rest of it is hot. So we literally are walking up and down in the shade. So this is the day. I'll walk into the shade real quick and see if I can see any comments. If you guys have any questions or anything about it. Let me get in the shade again, hold on. Okay, sorry. We're actually lucky that I put clothes on, because when I saw him in the back field, I went running back there in my pajamas and he was down and just laying there, and he just put his head on my chest and laid there. Okay. Rhonda says, prayer girls, it's no fun when the babies are hurting. I know, thank you. It's okay to be emotional. Thank you so much, Monica. Sherry, oh no, I'm sorry. Twisted gut. It's dangerous. Yes, it is. Thank you so much, Sherry. Thank you, B. Heartbreaking, but a good sign he's walking. Yes, and he's going to walk till he poops. Sending many prayers. Thank you, Angie. You being a horse person makes me even more emotional. Thank you very much. Thanks, Peggy. Michelle. No, he doesn't need to be oiled because he's up and moving. He just has to keep moving until he poops. We have some Banamine on its way. Monica asked what's going on. Oh, you've seen that by now. So, anyhow, you guys, please send good juju to him. I think he's going to be just fine. That's what I'm thinking. So, everybody have a fantastic day. And I'll probably see you guys later. Oh, Dawn, it's not that he's lucky to have me. I'm just so lucky to have you. Okay, I'm going to ugly cry here, so I'm going to have to let everybody go. Thank you for all your prayers. Thank you, Dana. Thank you, Amy. I'm going to have to let you guys go, though, because being emotional on here is one thing, but my ugly cry, nobody needs to see that in the morning. Pep is colicking. And when one of us doesn't feel good. We all wait. Facebook. I am going to, oh my gosh, Jeannie, he's doing awesome. In fact, I'm in his stall. I want everybody to be able to see him. He's eating a little bit. He's drinking fantastic. Let me check, because you know, poop is gold around here. Pooping regularly. He's doing fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I'll let you see him again because he's pretty bright-eyed. Over. Pep, you want to say hello? Can you say hello? Can you say hello? He says, well, I'm getting very small rations of food. He's getting very little bits of food at a time and not the alfalfa, so he's not wanting to look up from his food right now. So I'll move this way so you guys can still see him. But I have got to start this live with a thank you, thank you, thank you. We felt all the prayers, all the good juju yesterday, And to everybody that texted me and sent private messages and put their prayers on the post, thank you so much. To those of you that called, I didn't answer my phone all day yesterday because I didn't want to wake him up because I was sitting in a chair and he was standing asleep. And so many people tried to call and I didn't answer because I didn't want to wake him. I know that's goofy, but it's just all day yesterday. If he was awake, we walked for about a half an hour and then I put him back in the stall and he'd fall asleep and then he'd wake up. Pooping is good. Oh my gosh, Jeannie, I never thought I'd be so excited to see crap in my life. But I just am absolutely, I'm totally humbled and grateful for everybody's prayers yesterday. I kid you not, it was so amazing and he's doing great. All the different ideas everybody had, what the vet was thinking, I've got more, can give you a little more details now. Kathy's cleaning house, love seeing Pep looking good. Thank you. But what happened yesterday was he was trying to colic, but I caught him soon enough. He had thrashed around. That's why he's got so much hide missing off of, well, I'll turn you guys around, you can see it. So he's got a lot of hide missing off of his face, behind his ears, both sides of his face look like that. He's actually got scrapes here and between his legs, up and between his chest. This is a pretty good size one. So he thrashed for a while, but once he got up, over, see what else we got to show people. So there's a scratch right there. Here's the side of his beautiful face. Even, here babe, even the backs of his ears are both swollen and scraped. Look at that. But the vet says once he got up, he wasn't trying to go back down. I had to help him up yesterday. He was laying down, and so I wrapped a rope around his chest and just gave him a little tug, and it was enough to help him get up. But then he didn't want to drop back down and flail around. So the vet said Banamine will probably just be all he needed, as since it was caught so soon and with him walking. But to make sure he didn't have a twisted gut, that was the importance of waiting for him to poop, so that we knew there was no blockage and we knew there was no gut twist. So that was the issue with yesterday. Jessica says, glad to see he's doing good and eating on his feet. Oh my gosh. You and me too, Jessica. In fact, I gave him shavings now. Yesterday, there were no shavings in the stall because he loves to lay in shavings, and I couldn't let him lay down yesterday. So he had just a plain naked stall, so he didn't even want to lay in it. He's kind of a snob that way. But here is something I wanted to tell you guys. My last-ditch effort last night is what worked. All day long, he had peed a couple of times. He was drinking water, just very, very lethargic. And then if he stood for very long, he was picking up his back leg and kind of kinking it like this because he was cramping in his stomach. So glad he's still up. Oh, yes. Thank you, Brooke. He's up. He's doing great. He just doesn't want to pick his face up from the food because I'm only giving him like a little tiny bit at a time. And then I make sure he's pooping and drinking water because he's older. And so I don't want this to happen again. And so I had to go digging through. I just had new alfalfa delivered, and he's always been on alfalfa. But if you watched yesterday's live, obviously at his age, he has an issue with it now. That, and I think, to be honest with you, I think the hay is richer than I usually get too. My other two horses are not bothered by it, but I did have to dig through 120-pound bales today so that I could find some of my old mix hay, and that's what he's eating now. Okay, cold water enema. Let me tell you guys, I sat out here in 100-degree weather all day yesterday. It was hot as a popcorn fart, and about every half an hour after he'd nap, we'd have to walk a half an hour. So by last night, it is almost 9 o'clock, and I'm dying, and I thought, God, I just feel like standing under the hose. And I thought, wait a minute. If I feel like standing under the hose, imagine how he must feel. So I took him in, I led him out in front of the barn, and I sprayed him down with cold water. And then I had the idea.
How would your ass feel if your butt was hit with a cold hose, cold water? You'd pucker up, right? You would. I don't care who you are. It might not be anything you ever thought of before, but if an ice cold hose full of water hits your bunghole, you're going to pucker up. So I thought, puckering up is exactly what I need him to do. So that's exactly what I did. I hosed him off with cold water everywhere. I lifted his tail up and hosed off his butt with ice cold water. Because anybody that gives their horses baths, you know when the cold water hits their butt, they're just farting a whole bunch because it puckers them up. So it puckered him up. And I thought, well, I mean, if nothing else, it'll stimulate things. I was hoping it might stimulate things to happen. And guess what? Within 5 minutes of doing that, I put him in his stall and he pooped. And the second he pooped, his eyes were brighter and he whinnied for me because I put him in his stall and then I went to feed the other horses. And he was calling from me in the stall like, hey, Mom, I've pooped. If you don't mind, could I have some food? It was the coolest thing. Okay, I am so excited. I'm absolutely thrilled that I just learned how to do it live this way. So Pep is doing absolutely fantastic, and there were so many hundreds and hundreds of prayers for this horse, and he looks fantastic. I just gave him a bath, and so I wanted people to see. Hi there, Jeannie. He is doing awesome. Look at how all of the scrapes on his face. I'll turn you guys around to him. Look at all, actually, it's harder to see because I'm so close to him. But look at the scrapes on his face are healing. He's got a lot of scabs up here still, but they're coming off. He's got chunks here up underneath his legs are healing. This part right here is healing. There. He looks amazing. He's such a beautiful creature anyway. So pretty. So the spots are coming, doing good. See, he's looking pretty good. You guys, I just discovered something that I'm going to share with you guys. I just made a video about it. Gonna blow your mind how I had another horse have an issue last weekend, and I just discovered the craziest shit you ever did figure out. Crazy. It's going to be crazy. But I'm going to save that for a YouTube video because I think that every horse owner, every animal owner needs to hear it. So, this is an update to say he is doing fantastic, but you're going to have to wait for the YouTube video to figure out what the hell happened. What the hell happened? There was a little Facebook video that used to go around, and it was so cute. It was those little talking parrots, and somebody had a little light pin on it, and the little parrots are going, what the fuck? What the fuck? Like, everywhere they're following it, these parrots are going, what the fuck? What the fuck? Trust me, when I tell you the story of what I just discovered, you're going to wonder what the fuck. So stay tuned. It will be out next week, I think, but it's going to blow your mind. Blow your mind. So, but luckily, he's doing fantastic. Bag balm works great. I don't need bag balm. Everything, bag balm does work fantastic. He's already growing hair in all of his spots. He's doing fantastic. He's fantastic. There's nothing wrong, but it's going to blow your mind what I just learned. Going to blow your mind. I mean, like, seriously, it's blowing my mind. So, there is his pretty face. Everybody have a fantastic day. That is my live for the day. There were so many hundreds and hundreds of prayers for him that he just had a bath and looks so beautiful. I wanted everybody to know your prayers worked. My heart explodes for it. And we are so grateful. So with that, stay safe, stay healthy, stay surrounded. Isn't he the cutest? Stay surrounded by loved ones and have a great weekend. I'm going to see you again tomorrow.